Hi, Saggies. Welcome to your October 2018 reading. This is a completely impromptu reading. I wasn't planning on sitting down and talking with anybody right now, but there's this amazing thunderstorm rolling through the sky here right now, and you may not be able to see it, but I'm feeling the electrical energy. So, of course, I had to sit down with my favorite people of all time and utilize this electrical energy with you all. In fact, this is so impromptu that I don't even have like a note written for you specifically. I have notes for the transits. I have a sense of the energy, but here's the thing. I want to tell you all something that's coming up for me about you guys in October, and part of the reason I just needed to film this with the thunderstorm going on outside right now. Last year, it was November 19th. So right before Sag season began, I had maybe one of the most powerful dreams I've ever had, where I went down into this body of water, into this lake, and it was hit by lightning. And everything was illuminated. I was not electrocuted in the water, but I was lit up with a knowing. And I've always associated that with the Sagittarian energy, with that dream and with that experience with the Sagittarian energy, with that kind of wildness and your ability to utilize it in a beautiful way. It doesn't control you, you utilize it. And what would a Sagittarius reading be without a totally impromptu sit down with you? Oh, did you see that? While a thunderstorm is going on. But I had that dream last November, and ever since I've had that dream, life has worked in a different way than I think I ever expected it to work. And we have a Venus retrograde going on, and it's happening in your 12th house, and then it moves back into your 11th house in November, but it's happening in Scorpio for most of the month. It starts on the 5th/6th, then it goes until November 16th. You have a new moon in Libra in your 11th house on the 9th, and that is sowing some new seeds of intention when it comes to the people you're around and your emotional community, your support system. You have a full moon in Taurus, your 6th house, how you care for your body. You've got some homework sectors coming up, 11th house community stuff, 6th house body stuff, and then you have this Venus retrograde in your 12th house. Pretty magical. There's always an energy. A card just came out. Let's see what it is. 8 of Swords, of course. What would a good revolution be without the 8 of Swords? That's what I have to ask. You guys, I also had a lot of coffee before I sat down here today. I've been running like crazy. Anyway, okay, let's focus. What was I saying? Okay, so Venus retrograde has a tendency to bring back 8 of Cups. Oh my gosh, you guys. That is some Venus retrograde in the 12th house right there. Oh yeah. Venus retrograde tends to bring up the past. Where were you early 2017. The last Venus retrograde took place March into April 2017. But Venus retrograde brings up old wounds, old hurts. The card just fell on the floor. I'm all over the place. 6 of Swords. Okay. Wow. Saggies. This storm is crazy. This storm is insane. I'm so glad that you guys are witnessing this here with me while it's making me so happy. Okay. Here's the deal, Sagittarius. You have the opportunity to open up so many new doors. So many new horizons are just like a couple months away. maybe 3 or 4 months away, but some of you, it's like a month or two. But first we have to do some healing. First we have to do some releasing. First we have to get some old scaries out of the way. We have to get into that lake with the lightning strike where everything is illuminated and we are recharged and going into the next thing. So let's do it. I'm waiting for more cards to come out. You know, when we start entering into Scorpio season around October 23rd, we're heading into prep time for your birthdays, which, you know, devil, yeah. Old cages are coming through. As we prep for your birthday season, we start to really get intentional about how we're using our electrical energy. Hanged Man, Jupiter sigil. We are getting prepped for Jupiter coming home in November, right? So it's no surprise that October is serving as this extremely mystical journey. Seven of Wands. Three of Wands. As you can see, things start to shift. Knight of Cups. And Eight of Wands. Wow. That is a journey, my friends. That is a journey for the ages. Okay, let's talk about this. These first 4 cards, I think you can see the theme here. You have so much fertile ground around you. You have really shown up. Like, you've really shown up to your particular path over the last few months. It hasn't necessarily been easy. It hasn't been lighthearted. It hasn't been like, tra-la-la, here we go. But you've shown up time and again. So you've planted a lot of seeds. You've created a lot of fertile ground around you to create and to build, and you've done all of that. So you have that. That's with you. But there's one final piece missing, and it's so funny because we've been talking about this for, I think, the last 2 months. We've talked about this, so it's coming up again. But here's the kind of thing. This is with the Venus retrograde in your 12th house. It's kind of the final doorway. It's kind of the, I think of like the labyrinth or something where it's all this puzzle and the doorways are moving and you're playing around and finding, and there's finally a door, a very symbolic door. You have the option of walking through it. And what that door is an invitation to let go. Okay, so the devil's here, right? Feeling trapped, feeling stuck, feeling grounded, feeling like you're living a life that isn't authentic to you. I mean, to me, like the devil card, quite honestly, for Sagittarians, like this is not fun. This is not good. This is not happy. This is not the party. This is not where things are great. To be locked up like this isn't your way. It's not your way. And I think a lot of you have been feeling like nose to the grindstone, or you just having to like get the work done. But that's because, okay, you're having to show up in this grounded fashion, right? And I think you may be feeling some of that in October. You got to show up to this stuff because what that's doing for you is releasing all this energy. 8 of Swords, 8 of Cups, 6 of Swords. This is a true traveler, soul traveler energy, spirit traveler energy. This is very much about seeking out the unknown. But here's the thing with this as well. Here's the flip side. I think you're about to start on some really deep journeys, but you have to let go of old narratives and old fears. And we were talking about this for September, but it's here again. It's like there's a risk involved. with what's next for you. There's a risk involved in where you want to take the journey next. And like we were talking about in September, where, kind of worrying that in taking risks the way maybe you've taken risks in the past, it could come out the same way it's come out before. You could feel just as trapped. You could feel just as tired. You could feel like you're just giving just as much, and how that can kind of hold you from like reinvesting, because it's like, ooh, I've done that before and I didn't really like how it turned out. And so there's a wariness that's we've been hitting up against, right? Well, with Venus retrograde in your 12th house, the time has come, my dears, my loves, my soul tribe, to really just let it be. Let those old narratives be, because they are just going to hold you hostage if you let them. You know what's interesting? Like this right here, it reminds me of the lake that was in my dream, because it was at the base of these mountains. We've got to get into that water and feel the electricity. It's time for the shift. It's time for the shift. There are pieces shifting. You're about to go on a big journey. And you're getting ready for it. You're getting psychically ready for it. It's a little disarming what's coming next. So you will be feeling some of that. It's very disarming what's coming next. Whatever's coming next, it's like as intrepid and tenacious as Sagittarian energy is to just keep trying things out and going for things. There has been this spooked quality to you guys for the last few months that is really interesting. And the thing is that it just keeps showing up because you keep getting asked to expand and expand and expand and expand. Because look at these next cards. It's all expansion. We're getting really prepped for that Jupiter and Sagittarius energy to come in at the beginning of November. And once that hits, it's like, you got to be ready to jump into this. You've got to be ready to jump into this like very action-packed energy. And it will require you using that natural way that you have, that you've gotten a little wary of because you've been burnt a few times. So we have the Hanged Man, 7 of Wands, 3 of Wands, Knight of Cups, and then 8 of Wands. I mean, seriously, you can't even, this is all momentum forward. So Hanged Man, of course, for me, this is the key turning point in your whole reading today and in your energy and what's going on, because of course, the Hanged Man is about getting in alignment, knowing the abundance is flowing through you, not needing to act on everything all the time, feeling very much just like at peace and in the flow. Not conditional at all right? This is very unconditional flow time. Because this guy has been strung up by his foot, the eternal optimist who has turned it into a time to get aligned, right? And this represents this Jupiter sigil. However, this is also preparatory time. It's that knowing that this won't last forever and that there is something else coming. You are really in that doorway this month. You are doing both. You are both feeling the quiet groundedness of this kind of devil energy and really making plans and planting seeds and having conversations and getting things moving that will be like jet fuel in your tank. So the Hanged Man there is where you find the space to be both of those things at one time, which honestly, when you can kind of master that, it makes life really amazing and magical, but it's a little tricky because you kind of have to check in with both states throughout a given day or a week. But look at this fire energy coming in. I mean, you guys, something big is coming. Something really big is coming here. Something that like changes the picture. For some of you, this may just be it may be a headspace that you get into that's the big change. For some of you, this is an investment you're making. Some of you, this is new travel plans, new lifestyle plans, new business plans, new identities as far as how you're going to embody the role you have within work, within what you do in the world, within your relationships. I mean, but it's big. This is big. This is like, the spotlight is on, and there is no time to look back. As much as you may be kind of annoyed by this state here, this Eight of Swords energy, the beginning of the month, man, soak it up, because once this energy comes in, there's no going back. You are going to be in a new identity, in a new series of very exciting, very positive events that honestly you have been preparing for since the last Venus retrograde, whether consciously or not. And you have definitely been preparing for since your last birthday season. Since last Sag season, this stuff has been building very slowly, very steadily, very clearly. And I guarantee you, if you look over the last 10 or 11 months, it will be spooky how much of it ticked along. It doesn't stop there, because we have the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Wands. You had 3 eights in this reading. 3 eights in this reading. Eight of Swords, Eight of Cups, Eight of Wands. 8 is truly an abundant energy. It's the infinity symbol. It's very lucky energy. And it's here with the Knight of Cups. Emotional fulfillment, feeling full. Not drained, but full. Within this storm. All around you. Wow. And when you look at these eights, the more I look at these eights, the more I think about these eights, the more I'm like, what a journey. You go from feeling locked up, stuck, grounded, in your head, frustrated, to leaving behind any old shadows of doubt, any old shadows of old patterning, old emotional trauma, to fast forward motion. If there's an energy, if there's a card that represents no looking back, it is the Eight of Wands. It's like a magic carpet ride. Picks you up and takes you on a journey. There's no going back. You're in the magic, you are in the swirl, you have been electrified. The storm has come, and you are now on a new wavelength, on a new journey. Whoa. October is quite the revolution. What I will say about it is it may take, in and of itself, you may not be feeling all of those wands that I was just showing you. What I'm saying about this whole process for you is that you've done all this work. You're going into a very psychic retrograde that is going to be calling up anything that no longer serves and shedding it so that you can open up to this next thing fully. And that bounty is on its way. The pieces are already in motion. In fact, like as I'm recording this and when this comes out and at the beginning of October and all the way through October, these pieces have already been in motion for months and months. So relax a little bit, because you're not going to be able to ruin this. Even if you're a little nervous, even if you're a little overwhelmed, even if you're feeling really vulnerable. And man, I was pulling one like final card from my Cosmic Tarot to round out the reading, to feel out the final full message for my Sag clan. And of course, it's the Hanged Man, Jupiter Sigil once again. You got it twice. And I told you that this was, whoa, they mirror each other. I told you that this was the linchpin in your month. Hanged Man doesn't look like he's doing much, but he's doing a lot. The pieces are already in motion. This is pure faith. Faith in the abundance, faith in the jubilation, faith in the next thing. Because man, is it coming. And I have a feeling it's going to be better than you thought it could ever be. The key is letting it in. It's time to get electrified. Don't let those old demons define you. Whatever's coming in is completely different than anything you've experienced before. I know you all like to think you've experienced a lot of things and you have a wide breadth of experience, and I know you do because you're very curious, which is one of your best qualities. But even still, this next phase in your life is going to bring in surprise on a level that I think you maybe don't even believe is possible anymore. So get ready. I'm getting ready. My Sag rising is doing a little dance here because I'm more than ready to go on this whole shedding journey and opening up journey and trusting journey. Let's do it. Bring it on. Okay, I love you guys so much. Connect with me on my website, SARAHTAROT.com, or on Instagram at @SARAHTAROT. I would love to see you guys in either of those spots. I still do private readings. You just have to plan ahead a little bit and book plenty early because I tend to have sessions open about a month to 6 weeks forward. So you just want to make sure you plan ahead and go ahead and book. I love working with Sages. You guys light me up. Every time I hang up a call with a Sag, I am so happy. My energy just lights up with you guys. I love you so much. And I will see you in November for a very exciting time because we will be heading into Sag season. Can't wait. Thanks for sticking with me. And of course, PinkLune, as always, my love. She has such beautiful jewelry. Check her out in the description box and for 15% off. I will see you in November. I love you guys with everything, as you know. And thanks for sitting with me in this thunderstorm and talking about getting electrified. I hope it's a magical, amazing month. I love you all so much.